tip it off. The #1 scoring offense in the league against the #4 scoring defense in the league, although SC's defense has been a little uncharacteristic lately. Here is Betts with the double. Pounded and gets out. And out of bounds to UCLA with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gianna Kneepkens will inbound from the side with 8 seconds. Here's Charlisse Leger-Walker, the star transfer for UCLA. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Kneepkens puts a shoulder down and gets the first bucket of the afternoon. 3 others have done it in the last 11 years ago. Here's Jones, the former Bruin. Kennedy Smith can't hit. And Kiki Rice pushing it up to Leger-Walker, attacking for UCLA, and 2 more. Kara Dunn, the senior, gives it up to Smith. Guarded by Rice, trying to create a long 2, and that goes down. First bucket of the day.
Yeah, Kennedy Smith, her offense is really coming along, has always been known as an elite high-level defender, playing in transition, playing in the open floor, so that's a dead ball turnover that doesn't allow UCLA to get out and run it back.
Back to Betts inside. Quick double, and that leaves Hawkes wide open to walk through the door.
Yeah, so that's always the first thing you monitor when a team is playing UCLA. How are they defending Lauren Betts? That time they send a double, and they leave an opposite block wide open.
And now a live ball turnover. Betts gets it out quick. Leger-Walker straight away connects.
Capable shooters around the perimeter. Leger-Walker closing out her first season on the court as a Bruin.
They have 3 40% plus three-point shooters in the starting lineup, and Leger-Walker's not one of them.
Settling into the game and making the right reads out of the double and triples.
Doesn't feel like anyone's been all that close to finding the answer since they lost to Texas. UCLA, not only have they won 21 straight, they've been winning by an average of 30 points a game.
Yeah, they have been so dominant. Just such a veteran group. 6 players will graduate, their top 6 leading scorers. So this is certainly if they want to cut down those nets, this would certainly be the year to do it.
Angela Dugalich has come in off the bench for UCLA. Rice got caught in the air, gave it up, got it back. Rice attacks and scores, plus the foul.
And that one fired up Lauren Betts.
Already 3 assists for Betts in this game as Rice completes the 3-point play.
Average right now is about 3 per game, so she has already hit that mark in the opening 4 minutes of this game.
We invite those of you watching this game on FS2 to flip over to FS1 to continue watching USC and UCLA as Leger-Walker breaks out. Sienna Betts into the game with it at the top. Betts making a move and stepping all the way into the basket.
Little sister getting involved on the action. That's what Lindsay Gottlieb said about protecting the paint. It's not just Lauren Betts post-ups. I don't know if any of those clips was a Lauren Betts post-up. It was guards getting in the paint, cutters, and that was a big-time discrepancy in the first meeting between these two teams in January. 42-10 points in the paint, so they are trending in that direction early in this game.
It was a low shot clock situation for SC coming out of the timeout, so that's why that possession ended so quickly. Oh, it was a partially blocked shot as Dugalich can't hit, but gets the offensive rebound. And then a steal. Here comes Jazzy Davidson for the lane. Finally, she gets out and runs.
Yeah, there's a good look. Ran into Betts. I don't think she fouled Kneepkens. That's a really tough second foul call for USC's best player. She's still in the game though.
What a possession.
Lindsay Gottlieb still rolling the dice, leaving Davidson in there with the 2 fouls.
Down 17-6. Here's Smith. Banks it in. Hawkes around from Betts. And that's deflected out away by Iwuchukwu, but it comes right to Kneepkens. Can't hit it, bouncing around, and again UCLA comes away. The effort from SC on defense is fantastic, and UCLA keeps beating it anyway. Rasha Tite into the game off the SC bench. Sets the screen for Jones. Looks like SC needs that, and it connects. Diana Mendes. UCLA has taken twice as many shots as USC right now, but the Trojans trying to close out this quarter with a little momentum. They kind of salvage things. Kennedy Smith, shot clock is low, gives it up. Mendez can't get it to go down, but USC showing some life at the end of this first quarter, down by 8. So far this year, Dunn has had her best three-point shooting year of her career, playing alongside Jazzy Davidson.
Cara Dunn has been especially good in the second half of the season. She's averaging about 20 points per game. There was a stretch in January where she went for 20-plus in 7 straight games.
Also gives you an idea of the future for SC when you only have 2 seniors. Of course, Juju Watkins returning from the ACL next year, and the youth of the Trojans.
Yeah, they've got the #1 recruit coming in again for the 3rd year in a row.
SC had won 4 straight. UCLA won the champ game last year head-to-head. Won earlier this year, trying to make it 3 in a row. Back the other way against the Trojans. Gianna Kneepkens with the mid-range. Wasn't it fun talking to Corey Close about Kneepkens came in from Utah and said, I want to be a 3-level scorer. And Corey Close said, well, you better shoot 50% if you're going to shoot the mid-range. As Jones hits, and she has. And Kneepkens has maintained that green light. Kennedy Smith continuing her aggressive defense as Kneepkens gets away for a moment from the Betts screen, and Betts is able to force it up and in. And that's the first basket of the game for Lauren Betts.
Kneepkens really making Betts use that wingspan there. That was not the most perfectly placed lob.
What a attack from Jones.
I mean, that's just fearless. London Jones, 5'4", taking it right at her former teammate, 6'7", just dribbling right around Betts.
Kneepkens, Davidson playing with now 3 fouls. She just committed her 3rd.
Especially when you're behind a player. I mean, Lindsay Gottlieb had put her back in the game.
Smith, who's provided so much energy, also sits down for USC. Maria Samuels in. And this hit a 3, nearly hit a 2nd at the end of the first quarter. Jones to the cutting Samuels, and it goes down. Jones has really affected this game.
Yeah, she's really carrying the offense right now, especially with Jazzy Davidson to the bench with the 3 fouls. She's been aggressive. She's getting downhill. She's forcing the UCLA defense to shift around.
Jones was 1 of 9 in the first meeting against her former team, and Leger-Walker with a 3.
Leger-Walker and Kneepkens have both been really good so far for UCLA. 2 first-year players on the court for Corey Close.
Samuels that somehow got through Iwachukwu, and then she turns it over trying to find Dunn. Kneepkens, a transition 3, bottoms out.
Kneepkens, 13 points per game on the season. She has an early 9 in this game. She is a 46% shooter from deep on the season. She's made more than 300 of these in her career.
Take a look at milestone watch here for the Bruins.
Yeah, we have 2 players who are getting very close to 2,000 career points. Gianna Kneepkens played the first 4 years of her career at Utah. Charlisse Leger-Walker started at Washington State. She was a Bruin last year, but was injured. Look to win a national championship here in a couple weeks.
And the irony of it for Leger-Walker is it's not the scoring that's been the headline for her this year.
Yeah,
it's the everything.
Yeah.
Kneepkens, who has the 9 points. Now Betts doubled. Leger-Walker extra pass. 1 more. Hawk has the 3. And she buries it. It is the 5th 3 of the game for the Bruins.
Who's scoring the points? Multiple players in double figures. A team that's 2nd in the country in assists. That was a couple of extra passes there.
And they've assisted as Smith keeps it. It's undaunted and this time gets it to go. She's tried 2 this year, which she never tried before. 0 for 2. But yeah, this would be a good time for the first Lauren Betts 3-pointer as Leger-Walker scores. Yeah, just because Leger-Walker averages 9 doesn't mean she can't score 20. I mean, she averaged almost 20 as a freshman. Here is Dunn forcing the issue. Maybe that was That blocked a little bit. It was well defended.
That could have been it right there. Yep. Very physical on Rice.
Here's Betts. This time looking for a shot, and the second basket of the day.
She must have been listening in.
Malia Samuels looking this clock down. Here is Dunn, blocked by Betts with 0.4 of a second remaining on the shot clock.
Betts sent that one back.
Quick catch and shoot opportunity, and can't get it quick enough. Samuels, and the shot clock expired. 10th turnover for USC. Hawkes cuts it loose. That is batted by Muse, and almost spectacular to Bruins.
But I'm interested to see how they defend Lauren Betts, because I think they almost helped on her a little bit too much. And Lauren Betts did a nice job of reading and kicking out. I would maybe not send 3 to her, because they haven't exactly had the rotations to prevent the points out of the next pass. So we'll see if they adjust anything here. But USC's got to get Jazzy Davidson going. She picked up that 3rd foul in the second half. They have got to get Dunn going as well.
Jazzy Davidson just 4 points in that first half. Here's Lauren Betts, spins away from the double. Kneepkens nearly pulled it down, but the defensive rebound ripped by Laura Williams.
Yeah, there's the ball in Cara Dunn's hands. She is scoreless so far in this game. She's been a 20-point machine in the last couple of months. They have to figure out some ways to free her up.
Kennedy Smith had 7 points to lead USC in the first half on 3 of 7 shooting. She starts the second half with a basket.
Yeah, nice job from Smith coming off of the screen and keeping that ball in the right hand nice and high up on the glass over the top of Betts.
Kiki Rice passed up the 3. Here's Leger-Walker at a good first half. Forces her way in and scores. And Leger-Walker now has 12 points.
Yeah, we talked about earlier, she's more of a distributor for this team, but she scored 1,700 points in 4 years at Washington State. She's been aggressive.
There is the first basket of the game for Cara Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn is their best 3-point shooter.
Leger-Walker can't get that down, and here comes Jazzy Davidson. Has not had many opportunities to run today. All the way to the other end, and the basket counts, and she's got a chance at a 3-point play.
That had to feel good for who will likely be the National Freshman of the Year. Jazzy Davidson picked up 3 fouls in the first half, had to sit a good portion of that second quarter. I mean, that is just elite speed. She is so good in the open floor using her length.
77% free throw shooter, calm, cool, collected. Hawkes trying to get that in. Kennedy Smith has just been everywhere today and creates a turnover. Last touch by Kiki Rice.
Yeah, Kennedy Smith has made it her mission to not allow any breathing room for Kiki Rice in this game. It was good denial by 2 players up front, denying that first pass in, and then Kiki Rice tried to come save the day, but Kennedy Smith said no chance.
He has hit his first 3 baskets of the second half. Dunn will stretch it out, and she has found a stroke. And the Trojans have life. And Corey Close needs a timeout.
Juju's feeling it.
An 11-2 start to the second half for USC. Trailed by 18 at the break, and now pulled it within 9.
Yeah, it was a 9-0 run over 35 seconds. The Jazzy Davidson M1, and then 2 triples from Cara Dunn.
Well, Betts got that out of traffic. Back to Lauren Betts now on the perimeter with 8 on the shot clock. Rice with 5. She looked at the other end, sees the shot clock. Hawkes somehow gets free, and she hit the 3.
For a second, I was going to say, I think they missed Lauren Betts inside. She had a nice one-on-one deep post-up, but a triple from Hawkes. UCLA team who had a good response out of that early called timeout from Corey Close.
Kevin Smith, a tough scoop with the touch.
We said in the first half, she just embodies toughness in everything she does on the floor. Her defense has been on point, and she's been really aggressive on getting downhill into her spots.
Kneepkens. Leger-Walker hits the three. And for Leger-Walker, that is 2,000 career points.
Here's the 2,000th career point for Charlisse Leger-Walker, native of New Zealand, #1. I mean, that would be a incredibly interesting championship game if we got that. There's a bunch of other teams that would like to knock those two teams off in the process. South Carolina, Texas, Vanderbilt, to name a few.
A rematch of the Final Four from UConn until the championship, and maybe get you to Sacramento instead of Fort Worth as a regional site.
Yeah, the Big Ten teams on the West Coast already do enough traveling now during the season.
Here's Kneepkens.
She wants that 2K.
Not going to force the issue. Kiki Rice, tough jumper. And bets another offensive rebound for the Bruins. Huckes was just parked all alone underneath the basket. And she draws the foul. You go and lose to 10th ranked Ohio State in a close game, fine, but then the loss to Penn State, they felt like of all the ones they've taken this year was the toughest to take.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate loss in terms of their resume for March. Some bracket predictors have them in that 8-9 game, which if you win one, you walk right into one of those #1 seeds who have been so dominant.
To your point, though, the push, and now Dugalich goes down, and it's a foul on SC. And Dugalich is still down, and they're going to review this for...
Oh, gosh. Looks like she's holding the face area. So we'll take one more look. The elbow, yeah, I mean, you can't swing the elbows like that. She saw it differently, which, hey, different perspectives. I always applaud the officials for giving those announcements on the road, maintaining composure. Brenda Pantoja, the crowd incredulously disagreed. Like I said, I think it is the correct call. I mean, it's a simple solution. When you rip through the ball, you got to bring it down by your hip. You can't bring your elbows into the face of a defender who's entitled to be there.
Kiki Rice got the first free throw and the second.
Teammates have picked up the scoring slack as they've done all season long with the balance of this team.
Sister Sienna Betts comes in for UCLA, trying to post up inside. Here's Kneepkens with the shot clock low. 1 foot, and it won't go down. And that is, what did Corey Close say? She said that Kneepkens is my little Luka Doncic.
Yeah, that looked like it there.
Luka.
And she's still sitting on that 9 points. I feel like she had the 9 points in the opening minutes of the game. She's been 1 point away from 2,000 for the majority of this game so far. Hasn't found it just yet. Leger-Walker did.
Now Leger-Walker inside, has it taken away. Good defense from Malia Samuels. Another rare chance for the Trojans to run, and UCLA gets back. Here's Davidson. Looking for some airspace, hard to find it. Sienna Betts on her on the switch. Ooh. Davidson attacks and finishes.
Go out the window when you step inside the lines.
Two of them played together on the U19 FIBA gold medal team. And a 3-second violation. You can't help but miss Juju a little bit every time you watch. And that's coming. Whatever that's going to look like next year will be a lot of fun for SC.
These two so dynamic. And then as we mentioned, #1 recruit coming in, Sanaya Hall.
Jazzy going to work. And she'll go to the line.
Wish we could see her playing right now, because we were talking about this earlier today. This matchup's going to look very different on both ends next season, as every player on the floor right now for UCLA will be in the WNBA. We have no idea what UCLA is going to look like in this matchup next season, and then USC is going to be on fire with Juju back and another #1 recruit coming in.
And if you were allowed to play with 6 players and Dugalich was on the floor, it would have been true, too, that every player will be in the WNBA next year. Here's Kiki Rice. Oh, she gets the friendly bounce. UCLA twice. This is their 4th game against a top 3 team this year. Here's Davidson stretching out the 3. And a good one-arm rebound from Hawkes.
I mean, that is certainly a factor in how the Big Ten works. There's only one opponent that you play twice. So USC is the only team that has to play this dominant UCLA team 2 times.
Leger-Walker gets the bounce. So that's...
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of marquee games on the schedule thinking it would be Juju's team. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The schedule was what it was with this young team with different players stepping up for Lindsey Gottlieb.
You wonder if it does have maybe the DNA of a team that could, because they've been so tested this year, make a run in the NCAA tournament, maybe the Big Ten tournament. If they'd been on the other side of the bracket, you really could have started dreaming, but this will potentially be a matchup in the second and the third round as Leger-Walker continues to light it up today. 20. Davidson, a 3 to beat the buzzer, and it comes up short. Davidson with 10 points, Charlisse Leger-Walker with 20 to lead all scorers, and the Bruins have their largest lead of the day. SC won the regular season title because of that loss, and if you're wondering if it worked, you know what happened next. UCLA, 8 days later, beats USC in the conference tournament title game.
Yeah, this is going to be a riveting documentary. I have already set my DVR back home in New York because I don't know how quickly I can get to a TV, but that clipboard slam. If we saw London Jones in that clip. She was a UCLA Bruin last year. I wonder, did she make the call? Because coach said, hey, if you're not coming back, give me a call.
Because Leger-Walker was sitting out that year, last year. Here she is with it, 20 points, guarded by Jones. It's so much fun. Both of these coaches, Lindsey Gottlieb and Corey Close, not just to talk to them about their teams, to talk to them about, as Kiki Rice was, leadership in live practice in terms of 5-on-5, but able to be a part of some shooting drills, and 11 months since that ACL injury in the tournament. Here's Jones. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Rice. Into Kneepkens. Another offensive rebound for the Bruins. And another. This time it's Kneepkens with it. Kneepkens pushes it up and in. And she now has surpassed 2,000 career points.
I mean, that's crazy. 2 players on the same team have hit 2,000 points in the same game. Charlisse Leger-Walker and now Gianna Kneepkens.
And both of them transfers as Davidson hits it. Now here's Betts. Double comes. Leger-Walker, extra pass Hawkes. Hawkes the runner. And Hawkes has 12.
And Lauren Betts deserves an honorary assist because she drew the double.
Jones. And Kiki Rice the rebound. Kiki Rice having a career year as Kneepkens hits a 3, another, and USC needs a timeout. 14 points for Gianna Kneepkens. And UCLA.
How about Minnesota? I mean, no, I don't think anybody expected that. What Dawn Plitzaway has done with that team, that's going to be an interesting team to monitor in the postseason, both at the Big Ten tournament later this week and in the NCAA.
Minnesota got pushed by Illinois today. Illinois tried to make a wild comeback, and Minnesota was able to hold them off. Out of the timeout, Jazzy Davidson unable to score. 4 of 11 shooting for Davidson. 4 of 12 now for Davidson today.
Illinois certainly looking to bust some brackets. They nearly won at Carver Hawkeye a couple days ago as well.
Iowa was able to get the 2 seed in the upcoming Big Ten tournament, and a foul called on Laura Williams. That's at the line for the first time. UCLA's, this is the 8th and 9th free throws of the day coming. That's a 68% free throw shooter, and now Samuels wants to run.
Not lost since February of 2025 to Tennessee.
It's been 11 years since the team went through Big Ten play undefeated. Maryland did it last. If Jones misses that 3, it's only happened 3 other times in Big Ten history. Hawkes on the run out.
Charlisse Leger-Walker with that gorgeous vision, keeping her eyes up.
And now the steal. Took it away from Jones. UCLA with numbers. Kiki Rice out in front. Back-to-back fast break baskets. And USC will take a timeout. And the Bruins are on the run.
I got called out by Coach Beth for USC one day for wearing blue to a shoot-around when they weren't even playing UCLA.
Was it a dark blue or was
no, it was a baby blue.
It was definitely the wrong blue. USC winning the league last year, UCLA winning the tournament. Both teams went to the Elite Eight. UCLA went to the Final Four. Dugalich the rebound, a whistle away from that rebound against Jaquez. That's her 4th foul. Oh, this was great. Pre-game.
So we learned that this future star, I mean, look at that precision on the jab set. This is Honor, who is the daughter of the in-house DJ, who absolutely lights this place up, by the way.
That's right.
Incredible environment. Honor is next up. Get her a jersey.
Honor's got a good seat, too. I'm looking at her. She's sitting right mid-court next to Elijah Arenas.
Free promo from me.
And there may be more coming because they got a camera crew following him this year, too. I think part of it, as Jones gets fouled by Kiki Rice, it's a group of players that have lived up to expectations.
Corey Close talks a lot about the standard, and you hear her players speaking about that as well. They've really just, the players who have been here for a couple of years, Jaquez, Rice, Lauren Betts, they have just grown so much. Dugalich, and then the pieces that Corey Close added around them this season to really try to take them to new levels. Leger-Walker, Kneepkens.
Amanda Muse just got that rebound. She's in the game as well. Here's Dugalich. And right to Betts. And Sienna Betts with 2. And there's Lauren resting up. And UCLA knows they will play the winner. Well, they don't know yet, I don't think. But we know that they will play the winner of the USC-Washington game. Double bye. So now the seniors coming out. Lincoln Jones and Kara Dunn.
Credit to those two coming in for just 1 year. And they're going to try to lead this team deep into the postseason, try to surprise some people. Kara Dunn, monster score.
Including today in the last 16 games. The only time UCLA hasn't won by double figures was against Michigan.
Michigan, an interesting team. I just had them yesterday.
Yeah, what do you think?
Really impressive. Olivia Olson was a bucket, but they've faced a really tough schedule. You see the emotion of the USC players. Just it shows you how much this rivalry means to them.
Obviously, the result is not what they want, but do you think Lindsay Gottlieb got the response from her team that she wanted after that Penn State loss?
Yeah.
UCLA putting the finishing touches on an undefeated conference season. There's Sienna Betts inside, blocked, knocked away, turned away by Milton. 2 seconds, 2.8 on the shot clock. The trash talk continuing. Kiki Rice to get it in. Muse, Rice, did she get it off? Doesn't matter. Shot clock is off, and here's Ryan Forrestier. Mendez gives it off. And Samuel scores. And with the shot clock off, Kiki Rice can dribble this out. Crosstown rivalry. It'll be the 3rd in a row for UCLA, going back to last year's conference championship game. And do they have another in them? 22 straight wins, a perfect 18-0 in Big Ten play. The 4th ever Big Ten school to do it. A perfect conference season for the conference champs.
Really incredible for UCLA.